Hello everyone, I'm Nader Bagheri, Mechanical Engineering Department Faculty and Chair. It's a pleasure to be talking to you today about our Mechanical Engineering program at Cal Maritime. But if you are considering this program or you have already committed to our program, I can tell you that you've made the right decision, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, first off, we are an accredited mechanical engineering program. Our program is like any other engineering program that you find in any other institution, but again, ABET, Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, certifies or is a certification for all mechanical engineering program, meaning that we have the quality assurance that we have a good quality program. And also, if you do consider going for your, say, master's or PhD degree, you need to have graduated from an accredited, an ABET accredited engineering program, which is our program. But in addition to that, we also offer what we call fairly small size classes. Our classes are taught by engineering faculty, full-time engineering faculty. We do have a few part-time faculty, but in addition to that, also we offer you what we call hands-on courses. These hands-on courses are complementary to your classroom courses, where you basically learn about the theory and practice of engineering, mechanical engineering, but in hands-on courses, you learn about operation and maintenance. So if you know that, well, again, we think that's very much complementary to the knowledge of a mechanical engineer, so which would make you actually a better engineer. So should you work in a workplace on whatever project or field you end up working. Our full-time faculty, and you'll have access to the faculty, in terms of their office hours, classrooms. So there's plenty of time again to get engaged with your faculty. You come into the mechanical engineering program, you have pretty much two options: what we call ME, mechanical engineering license option, versus ME option. As ME license requires that you finish both the requirements for your mechanical engineering degree program, as well as the United States Coast Guard license requirements. And that license requirements requires or includes 3 summer cruises, about 2 months. So on your first summer, second and third summer, you're going to be going on a cruise, training cruise, which again, you take courses, or you need to do a lot of operation and maintenance and running the ship, the systems on board. So again, to be familiar with like a commercial ship. In your ME option, well, in fact, you have again, same mechanical engineering program as other institutions, but in addition, since you get to go on that first year cruise during your first summer, you need to be taking courses that will prepare you for that first year cruise. Those are like all hands-on courses. And then in your second and third summers, you're going to be going on internship programs, working for about 2 months or so in an engineering firm under supervision of an engineer that would again give you the skills and the knowledge that you need so to be able to work in an engineering environment. All mechanical engineering students are going to go through what we call a capstone project design. This is like a 3 sequence semester courses. In your spring of the junior year, you're going to be taking what we call a mechanical engineering design course. This course takes you through all the aspects, all the steps of what we call mechanical or engineering design process, starting from a concept, getting to some preliminary analysis, and getting eventually to a final design. But as I said, this is like almost a 1.5 year experiential learning experience that we think is very valuable to all our graduating engineers. So you take that path, and as I said, within say the mechanical engineering option part of the program, you can concentrate on energy systems design versus mechanical systems design. So I pretty much come from the energy systems design. Like I am in the field which is kind of known as fluid thermal sciences. So we deal with like fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, energy system designs, advanced thermodynamics. This is like kind of doing the analysis, mass analysis and energy analysis on systems, on engineering systems, as opposed to what we call mechanical systems. You see any solid parts of any mechanical or electronic systems, well, if you want to know about stress strain analysis, you want to know about load analysis, all that, like force analysis, that's what again you do in the mechanical STEM part of that, as opposed to energy STEM part of that. But of course, in both areas, you are required to take what we call required courses. But then those STEM elective courses are where the two areas separate from each other. But at the end, we think this combination would make you a good engineer that would qualify you to work in many different areas. Not to mention, say, for example, as a project engineer, as a design engineer, as in fact, like as a HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. So you'd be calculating again, like heating load, cooling load on systems, as opposed to same thing, energy load, as opposed to like force balance or stress analysis and all that. So again, you hopefully at the end of your education, we hope that you'll have a well-balanced knowledge of all these different cases that you can work in many, as I said, different engineering positions, manufacturing, risk analysis. But a lot of insurance companies hire engineers because they want them to do, risk analysis on systems. So project engineers, as I mentioned. So again, a wide area open to you. If you go the license route, you get your license, as I said, is required for you to get both your license and complete your program requirements. You still can work as an engineer, but you also have your license. If you want to use your license, yes, on board the commercial ship as a third assistant engineer. You can work there maybe for a few years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then come back to say offshore, engineering firms and work as an engineer. Again, the options are wide. A lot of things are open to you. How you want to practice and use either your mechanical engineering degree or your license. That's your option. Cal Maritime, fairly a small size campus, but a beautiful campus, waterfront. It's definitely a small environment, as again, there are a small number of students, but plenty of nice places to go and, take a walk or take a seat and just enjoy the surroundings. And my, favorite place to go, and, if I want to kill it, 5, 10, 15 minutes time, go to the waterfront, to walk back and forth, enjoy the scenery and the weather, and just be by myself. As I said, I teach a number of different classes, but one thing I really like is what I call fluid mechanics. So it is some places they call it fluid dynamics, fluid mechanics, they're all the same, but it's talking about the flow of fluid. Again, as like a flow of fluid is what is when you kind of transfer fluid from one location to another location. That's mass transfer. But in addition, you can also transfer energy along with that fluid, which is mass energy. So a mass energy or a mass transfer, or even what we call creating force, which is like what we call momentum analysis. Like if you see, for example, airplanes moving, rockets moving, what is the force that propel that object forward? Is what they call that thrust force. Where is that thrust force is coming from? That's coming from the fluid. The fluid. So it's the fluid kind of times the velocity of the object is what's giving that the power to propel again that object forward. So a lot of interesting concept and analysis in terms of mass, energy, and force that is part of this course, which is again I think very interesting. We have all the students go through what we call a capstone design project. Spring junior year, they get in groups, they form groups, teams, and they decide or they choose a project under supervision of a faculty that they want to work with. And by the end of their senior year, so they are required that to have completed that project and have kind of the project both tested based on the criteria and the goals that they had initially for that project. And I think just a few years back, I had a group that they were interested in kind of designing what we call an autonomous eraser. So this eraser kind of with magnet would stick on a board, a whiteboard, that would have a camera that would identify the areas that need to be erased. And so, but it was autonomous, so you just leave it on that board, and it would just go around and erase, the board. So that was an interesting project, which, but again, not limited to. So there are all ideas are open. If you want to bring your own idea and work with a faculty advisor, that definitely works. If you want to choose from the options that will be available to all project groups in that mechanical engineering design process course, that's also again your choice. But hopefully at the end, we think this whole learning process is an added value, is an additional nature of our mechanical engineering program, that at the end all the students go through that experience, which we think is very interesting and challenging.